Hey, welcome into the Sunday Soother. How is January treating you? It's 2026 and new doors are opening, but let's not be too hasty in push and, let's declare these big intentions and let's make these huge plans unless somehow you're feeling excited and inspired to do that. I have been really interested to see a lot on my feed that there's lots of rejection of this concept of actually new year, new me, and come on, let's do this. And I think it's because a lot of that is rooted in motivation through shame, and where you're at isn't good enough, you need to change, and enough with this now, let's make a decision and make a resolution and force our way through. It feels as though a lot of people are realizing that we need a different approach, one that is more integrative and is more gentle and is more about finding that union and that kind of organic growth rather than a force field of the mind deciding my willpower and my motivation will push us to this end goal and everything will be great when I get to this goal. So I feel really pleased to see that that's not happening so much. I had some really nice conversations over the last few days with Emma Jo and also with the lovely Rachel, of course. We've been talking a lot about our upcoming workshops and retreats, and particularly about January and this time of it being definitely about continuing the wintering. And this idea that actually we are not meant to be blooming at the moment. We're not supposed to be showing up with the goods. It's much more about seeds that we've been sowing over the course of last year that are now doing their deep rooting work. So I feel like a lot of people have done a lot of work. You have been working for a long time on how you feel about certain aspects, goals that you might be working towards, places that you'd like to be, feeling places that you'd like to experience, shifts that you want to bring about. And just please know that you have done this work. This work is absolutely done. You've been reflective, you've been thorough, you've been self-aware, you've taken responsibility, you've really done that inner work. And now all those seeds are sown. And at this time, this is where we trust and we go quiet. And we know that beneath the surface, there's all this incredible root growing and germinating that's going on. And that 2026 seems to have this real energy of prosperity and promise and blooming and thriving and really moving into the layers of this more wholeness, this more integrated well-being, whereby instead of our bodies, our energy centers, our minds all working their separate agendas, actually there's something about that all starting to come together more so that we can work in this wholeness of a unit and feel our way into things and allow growth and allow layers and know that everything is coming together as it should, and where you're at right now is just a very valuable place to be. And it isn't that we should wait until we get to this goalpost and then everything is going to be so much better. It's by all means have excitement, have curiosity, have anticipation, but don't belittle where you're at right now, because it really does mean something and it is a worthy place to be. So what should we do with ourselves on this little Sunday Soother? I'm feeling very much like I'm looking out the window and it is, the day is starting to draw to an end now. It's a Saturday. The sky's been very pink and gentle, but there's this little rippling of this new, it's very promising. There's a lot of potential in it. And I get this sense that it's ready to ripple through each and every one of us and into our lives and into our goals and our continued thriving. But it's doing it through a different layer now. It's doing it through ease and allowing and easing away resistance, as opposed to these old ways that we might be used to approaching things by just cracking on and getting stuff done and being determined. There's always a place for that, but this doesn't feel like it. It's more lean in, trust, let that rooting continue, trust that where it is that you're looking to go and what you're wanting to invite in, whether it's to do with your health, money, work, relationships, whatever it might be. There's a sense of allowing it to come in and sort of easing into it, knowing that you can trust you've done the work, the order's in and it's coming. You don't have to keep pushing and checking and worrying. And if you feel like, I just can't get my head around going down that path anymore or putting in that kind of energy to something anymore, then it's absolutely time to let that go and bring in another route, bring in another way and another layer and another modality, I guess. So what is it like when the mind and body work together and merge and weave, and we allow our energy to bring those two parts together, so there can be this teamwork rather than this separation of mind is going to tell the body what to do or body is going to tell the mind what to do. But yeah, let's bring in this I mean, for want of a much less cheesy term, I think self-connection, self-love, self-acceptance. And of course, there's always work to do there. But I would love to bring in some of this energy and just have it right now with you guys. So it's not something that maybe resonates with everybody, but just going to do a little 5-minute conjure up some of this energy, because it is everywhere. I can really feel it as I'm talking, this exciting little ripples of sparkle of yes. The more you relax, the more you let us in. And it really reminds me of that story of the wind and the sun when they're competing to see who can be quickest to get the child to take his coat off. And the wind says, you know, I'll be the best, I'll be the quickest, you just watch me, and blows harder and harder in that efforting and that pushing against the current and doing something with force, and it just doesn't work, and the coat just, you know, the little child just gets snugger and snugger in their coat, and then the sun just effortlessly just kind of beams and gets warmer and brighter, and it's as though the more the sun relaxes, the more the beams come out, and then they land on the child, and the child's, take this coat off. And that's what it feels like. That the more we lean in, the more we let go, the more we allow, the more we relax into acceptance of where we might be for now. And by all means, knowing that I would like to invite more of this, or I would like to work more on that. Let's think about things that we can add in, that we can tend to ourselves with, that we can nourish ourselves with, rather than how can we deprive ourselves and how can we punish ourselves? Because let's face it, lots of the stuff that we may have done in the past is on that premise. It is about cutting out and cutting down and deprivation and determination and grit. And as I say, there's always a place for that. It just doesn't feel like this year is for that. This is sinking in, easing in, allowing everything to just find you as well. Some of the stuff is going to find you rather than you hunting it down. So why don't we have a few minutes of bathing in that energy? And so I'm going to do this as a distant healing, bringing in, conjuring up those feelings through the body. And all you have to do is sit there, close your eyes, or keep them open, whatever you want to do. But just imagine that this is starting to come into you, this way of being, this way of doing, this energy feeling. So if you want to close your eyes, do that now. And really feel yourself in the gravity of your body and in the moment. I'm going to use my hands because that helps me to get a feel for the sense of bringing in that magic, allowing my body to center, because my mind starts to focus in on it, and I can really feel the feeling of physically where my body is in the gravity, in the space, and then inviting in that magic, that prosperity, the pinkness of the winter sky, the magic that this year has to offer, this idea of leaning in and easing instead of pushing against the current, imagine that you're just leaning in and letting go of the oars, because everything that you want, you're just going to be carried gently downstream, just as Abraham Hicks always says. So breathing in your own flow and in your own time, and I'm just gently offering through the screen, through the waves, and it seems like it's coming down, top down, and also bottom up. So you've got this dancing swirl coming all the way in and all the way down, and dancing around, bringing this friendship and this connection within you of your mind and your body meeting each other in this space, and agreeing that what we want to bring is this unison and this easing towards goals, this organic growth, this continuum, because that's what we're here for. We're here to experience different places, different feelings, different sensations, different connections, and imagining that you're right on track. You've never been off track. Everything is just the way that it needs to be. So just thinking about that wishing energy, that getting a sense of there's nothing that you can't do or have or achieve. Everything that you want to do is completely reasonable and completely achievable. And so just drawing the excitement, anticipation energy of that and bringing it in. So I'm just waving that towards you, and you can just let that move through your body. And I'm going to invite you to, if you like to use your own hands, you can just see where you're drawn, whether you want to place your hands somewhere on the body to offer yourself a moment of this focus, a moment of this self-connection, maybe this moment of truth with yourself, or this promise to yourself. Or maybe your hands want to move. They might want to be just moving away, old energy that doesn't serve, making way for the new, bringing in that which is yours to receive and yours to have. And allow that to swirl in and see how it's landing. Because for me, it's warm and it's exciting, it's gentle, and it just feels like it has this cheeky, everything's going to be okay feel to it. And there's nothing that you can't do, nothing that you can't have. And that you cannot begin to imagine how much the seeds that you have sown, the work that you have done, is germinating and getting ready to bloom. And it's okay. It doesn't need to bloom right this moment, because it's doing all the rooting beneath the surface. So what I'm feeling is all this, it's almost like snowflake, magical, whimsical energy coming in. And I'm just imagining that scattering all over you, all around you, all in the energy field around your body and around your mind, going down your spine. And it's quite light-hearted. It's almost saying, don't take life too seriously, just you humans are hilarious in how you attach so much meaning to everything, and just lighten up a bit. You're doing great. You got here, you got through another year, you've got a chance. You're a chance to still be here, to be in your body. And the more you come away from the shame, and the more you invite in the acceptance and the love, the easier it is for you to move into any of the goals that you see coming to fruition for yourself, anything that you're invested in. So everything now for me is feeling very pink, which is the colour of obviously the heart and love. So feeling that within me, sending that to you, and just feeding the waves of that straight into your heart, and let that just radiate. Let it trickle, let it dance, and let it be the source to go all around your body, through your mind, through your thoughts, through your stories, so that you can start to let some of those old stories fade, make way for the new, but in a way that is just so easy. and let yourself be infused with this beautiful, rich winter energy that shows all the promise. Yeah, it feels lovely. I hope that you're feeling that. So take a nice big breath. Take that all in, sending you so much love, and we're in this together. Bring it on. We've made it, we're here, and let's welcome it in and have the best time that we can have. Sending you all the love, looking forward to all the things we're going to do across the year. Thank you for being here today, and I'll see you next time.